Hello everybody, my name is Mathas. Another day, another update video for you guys to let you know what's going on the channel over the next couple of days and some thoughts on the past few days of what I've been doing. So, as I talked about, I think the last vlog, apparently Maya went to the bathroom and she decided to run out of the litter box. Anyway, I am traveling again tomorrow. Really? Can you, I'm recording my vlog and you're gonna sprint around right now? Cat is cray. Tomorrow I'm flying out to Florida. I will be there until Monday. I'll be returning on Monday for a friend's wedding. Should be a good time, should be fun. However, it does mean I will be away from the computer for 4 days. Because of PAX East and only the short amount of time between PAX East and this trip, I haven't been able to backlog as much as I would like. I'm going to have 2 videos every day. This video should be going live the day I leave, actually. So I'm leaving. So the day this video goes live, I'm gone. But I'm recording it the day before. But I'll have 2 videos every day, Dark Souls and Stellaris. As I said before, Stardew Valley is just something I don't backlog because I find recording Stardew Valley in bulk defeats the enjoyment that I get out of the game. It's my relaxing game, and I haven't been able to get it up the past couple of days because of Judge Mathas. I've been cramming and trying to finish that up, and I got it live yesterday. But before I went to the trip that I'm leaving for tomorrow. So it's been crazy for me. I apologize for not getting 3 videos every day for you guys for the next few days. However, it's just something that's been out of my control. I am very tired. As I say that, it's one of those things that if you say tired or yawn, you just start yawning. It's so annoying. But I've been incredibly busy trying to backlog and get things done. And of course, once PAX East was done, trying to get to a normal schedule for like a week at least for the channel, then going back to the backlogging and trying to finish the Judge Mathas, which takes a whole hell of a lot of time, which I'm going to be talking. Really? You're very, very needy today. You're interrupting everything I'm doing. You good? Okay. Goddamn cat. So anyway, I'm going on a trip, be back on Monday. I'll have 16 days of being home before I fly out again for another trip and another convention, whatever. Don't worry about it. So, the other thing I wanted to talk about, as I fix my microphone a little bit, is Judge Mathas. So that is one of the big reasons I actually only have 2 videos going live, rather, this weekend while I'm gone. Is because most of the time that I would be backlogging, I was actually, grinding away on the Judge Mathas episode. I really liked it. It was really fun. I think it's head and shoulders better than the first episode, but there's still a lot of room for improvement on my end in terms of line delivery and all kinds of things. Things that will essentially come with time. Much like when I first started the Let's Play thing, I didn't really find my voice for a while and figure out how it worked. I think reading lines and reading my script that I write and writing my script to be more natural will be something that happens in time. That being said, for a second episode, I really feel like the quality jump was actually pretty fucking big. I'm very proud of myself for that episode. I had a really good time with it, and I hope you guys enjoy it as well. I'm really pumped. For those who are curious as to why I'm doing it on 2 channels, I talk about it at the end of the video of the Judge Mathas, but I'll talk about it here. Basically, putting the Judge Mathas of the Mathas Games channel guarantees it to get buried within a couple of days. Because I put out so much content, I do 3 to 5 videos every day for the most part. Judge Mathas within 2 days will end up getting buried in the feed and just will not be readily visible for people to see and be like, oh, he did this. For the most part, people just click on my channel and just see the most recent Let's Play stuff, and then Judge Mathas will get buried. At least putting on a separate channel that I will be growing separately. It'll be there, visible, up front, right there for everybody to check out for as long as I can think. I mean, if I do 1 video a month, I mean, it's probably going to take like 6 months before the first episode ends up getting buried or more. So that's the reason I'm doing a second channel. And also, I would like to eventually kind of separate the 2. And I have ideas of where I'd like the series to go. Of course, they're pipe dream ideas, but maybe one day I'll get there and I'll be very happy with it. As it is now, it's something really fun, and it really allows me to do something different. It's nice I love doing Let's Plays. It's one of my favorite things in the world. I clearly adore it, but it's nice to do something new every so often and just let my mind focus on new projects that aren't what I've been doing for the past 3 years. It's just really fun to write and to play games, and it's weird playing a game for a Judge Mathas episode, because instead of just like commentating like I normally do, silently recording the footage, not recording. Sorry. I'm hopefully I'll get to sleep at the wedding a little bit. Not at the wedding itself, but just like a little bit of relaxation in Florida. So it's different because I'm not recording the game with like a commentary going on and doing what I normally do. Instead, I'm recording it silently without recording my vocals, and I have a notepad open, and anytime something happens that I think is funny, or I have notes about the level design or the way the game controls or the way enemies work or a boss, I take a minute, I pause it, I go to the notepad, I write down, you know, the level, the timestamp, and what I thought was going on that it was worth noting. And then I take that couple pages of notes at the end of at least the Wolverine one, and I have to take that, I have to turn it into a script. And I think the script writing is the hardest part of the whole thing. The playing the game, clearly not the hardest part. Can you tell I've been working a lot the past few days? Playing the game, clearly not the hardest part. It's in the recording aspect, the recording the live stuff is its own unique challenge because of the amount of takes that I end up doing, because a lot of the stuff I'm doing is all at once in one take. I don't really edit it. But writing the script is hard because I hit these walls. I want to write these jokes or do something funny where I do like a little skit, or like in the beginning where I did that like napping wet dream joke, or like editing things like, hey, do this when you mention this in the editing. And then you go through it a couple times and you're not sure if the joke that you wrote is not funny or not funny because you read it a million fucking times. I'm so sick of yawning. Yeah, you're not sure if like the joke is just not funny, or if it's not funny anymore because you've read the joke a fucking like 20 times that day alone and you've done it. And then same thing with when it goes to the editing part. The editing part, when you take it takes like 15 to 20 minutes to do like a proper edit, like 5 seconds worth of animation, the way I end up doing it. Maybe a little bit less time than that, maybe more 10-15 minutes. But like scrubbing through that same 5 to 10 seconds as you are animating and watching it over and over and over and over again. And then you're like, I don't know if this is not funny or if it's just me seeing the same joke over and over again. But the script writing is probably the hardest part, because if like nothing is coming like mentally and you can't get like the proper words out or whatever, like you just can't make any progress. It gets stuck. I'd say the next most difficult part is the editing, not because it's hard to do, not like the animation or anything, or the editing is not hard to do. I'm fighting a yawn right now. It's working. But because it's so mind-numbing, it's not difficult, but it's just repetitive and mind-numbing, and it's one of the hardest things for me as somebody who has a wildly all-over-the-place attention span. It's hard for me to focus on editing for longer than like minutes at a time and like my brain wanting to do something else. That's just hard for me because it's hard for me to focus in that regard. But it's weird because once I start getting into the flow of editing and once I make progress and I get to see what I've done and I look at like, oh man, I just did all of that, you kind of get this like this motivation to keep doing it, but it's still boring as hell. I really like recording the live stuff though. It's probably my favorite part. Couldn't fight it anymore. The live stuff is probably my favorite part. It's tough. I get really sweaty because the lights are really hot, but it's really fun to do it over and over again and take different things and do different things with it. Just doing small different things like doing, and it may not have worked out as well as I'd liked, and it was a little bit more awkward than I liked, but having like the camera here to record me talking to myself, which I surprisingly do more than you would realize, and then have to cut and do a different camera angle where it shows like me picking out the game and then going back to my normal camera angle that I use for all the Judge Mathas stuff. Like those small film making techniques were really interesting to me, and I have fun doing it, and then trying to get the right take and doing multiple takes and then going through them, laughing at some of the stupid things I did and said. It's the creative process for the Judge Mathas stuff and the editing stuff. I can see why so many people do it, because or at least like there's as many people doing the kind of thing that I'm doing on YouTube, because it's fun. It allows me to do so much more. There's always room to experiment and do different things. I'm already thinking about what I'm going to do for the next episode, even just live stuff, even though I haven't recorded the game yet. I've played the game a couple times, so I know what I'm getting into, but I love the game. I'm excited to do it. So I want to thank you guys for being so supportive of the series, because it's done pretty well on the channel, and it can only grow from here. And I'm looking forward to the quality going up and just getting more, feeling more comfortable in front of the camera and reading things more naturally. So thank you for allowing me to do that. I'm rambling at this point, but that's part of that's the vlog. Anyway, I will be gone from today. I'll be back on Monday, though I'll have footage going through Monday. And then on Tuesday, we'll be back to a normal. I'll have Stardew, Slime Ranch, and all that stuff coming back on Tuesday. And then in 2 weeks, I'll be off again for another convention. That's a longer one. It's like 5 days. And I'll be back for like 2 weeks. And then I'm gone again for E3. Then I'm going again for E3, and then I'm done traveling for like a month and a half to 2 months, which I'm very excited for. Very excited to just get back to a normal swing of things and not be stressed out. My next Judge Mathas should be by the end of June. That's the goal, and hopefully it does as well. I'm really excited. So much love. Thank you guys so much for the support. I'll be back on I'll be back officially on Monday, but I'll be back to a normal recording stuff on Tuesday. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for sticking around. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you Tuesday. Bye-bye.